Ta-da!
Ta-da! Hey, everybody! How the hell
Holy
are
shit.
you? Great.
Oh my God. Holy fuck. What's
Uh,
up?
That's it. That's holy fuck over there. Who changed his name? Just
Holy fuck. That's right. You
holy
gotta
fuck, and
worship me.
I'm holy shit.
You gotta worship me when you're fucking, and you gotta worship him when you're shitting.
That's a.
Holy fuck and holy shit.
I still look like the Christmas poo.
Yeah. Oh, that's why your name's holy shit. Yeah, because you look like a fuzzy turd. Look at you. Oh yeah. Look at that. Look like a turd that got dropped on the ground. Oh, that's gross. I'm glad we started off with shit. Under a minute. Not under 30 seconds.
Ow!
Off the goddamn back.
Hey, what show is this? Right? What show are we doing? Is this?
I
Well, this is the future, right? We're doing that show.
think that this. I mean, I don't know. Is it? What is this? Is this Parks and Rec? What's that show?
Yeah, this is the orifice.
Oh, this is the Joe Rogan Experience. This is welcome. Let's go do some jiu-jitsu and you know make fun of people. And all right, this is the future.
Unfortunately.
We nailed it. Nailed it. Speaking of unfortunate. Oh, I'm gonna pour this on my computer someday.
Oh, I almost tipped my shit. Whoops. Yeah, I was thinking like fear factor doesn't really work right now with COVID, but there's like a new fear factor where Joe Rogan could just come out with like a $15 like gift card from a grocery store and be like, you have to live on this for a week. Like, fuck, that's scary. I can't do it, Joe. I can't.
Do you know how much shit he would get? It'd be really funny because he just like he has millions and millions and millions of fucking dollars, and he's like, live on $15 for a week.
That's kind of like the government giving you a $600 check.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. I understand that it's shitty and they could do far more than $600. They could do more than $1,200 than they did last time.
Yes.
But I don't know your stance. I'm just going to speak straight from the heart. If you complain about that, you're a fucking idiot. Fucking idiot. Seriously.
Well, there goes that bit.
Someone gives you $600. Someone gives you $600 and you complain about it. What kind of lavish lifestyle are you living? Jesus Christ. Yes, I'm not saying thank the government. Oh, thank you, Mr. Trump. I'm not saying that. I'm not siding with the government because I know they could do more. But you're complaining that you only get $600. Get the fuck out of here. There's people that don't even get $6. So you know what I mean? Like, oh, I only got $600. Oh, what the fuck are you talking about? Someone gave you $600. You shouldn't. Not saying you should be thanking them, but just shut the fuck up and take your money. That's what I think.
And that's totally fair because I don't. Well, I don't know if we're going. Fuck it. I don't know. You must have had someone already complain about $600 because you have a little passion.
People on are posting their checks and saying, "What the fuck is this?" And I'm like,
"Oh, really?"
Yeah. It's like people are like really complaining about it. They're like on the internet, like people are like posting a picture of their actual check of only $600. And I'm like, are you? I haven't gotten the check yet. I'd be fucking happy.
People
not yet. They haven't gotten the mail yet, but
fuck, they're already issuing out the money.
People are posting of their check. I don't know. Yeah.
All right, listen. If you're gonna on our show, if you're gonna post a picture of your check, I want you to post it with your account and your bank account number at the top and your PIN at the bottom, and then show me how much you actually have in your account. That's what I need. The whole thing. Just make sure I can see all of it. I want to know it's real. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe people
are out for myself.
Maybe people are photoshopping and complaining about before they get it. Listen, I act like I have a lot of passion, but I'm not well read up on shit. I just see it and react it. So, but even if they haven't gotten it or have gotten it or whatever, if you're complaining about people giving you free money, you're a fucking dipshit. That's all
No, you're absolutely fucking right, man. I was sitting there and I was reading it and I'm like, okay. I'm like, that takes care of the dental bill. What else you got? Like, I don't give a fuck. That honestly, if it wasn't for the COVID checks, I would be breaking even. So
yeah.
I'm cool, man. I just my people that I know say that check came out as an emergency check to get people through the holidays, and that's not what you'll expect to see when you have a new president in office. Basically, the thing is, they don't want old Trumpsky to get too much credit for these programs since he's heading out. They want the new president to get more credit for those programs. So they're not just going to give out a $2,000 check right now. Plus, they're still fucking kicking the idea around about what they're going to do to entice you to get these fucking COVID shots. Make no fucking mistake, ladies and gentlemen. That's a beautifully, if you're going to give out $2,000 a person or whatever you're talking about, making them get a shot makes fucking sense. I don't know that I'm gonna get the shot, even if they were giving me $2,000. I'd really have to like think about it. It would be like, what's that movie, Starship Troopers, when they all got a tattoo? It'd be like that. It'd be like, come on, Tony, let's go get a COVID shot. And then you wake up with a fucking big cardboard check for $2,000. You're like, what happened? I do it like that.
See, I don't know. Like, I'm on the fence about the whole shot thing, because I was talking to my dad and he's like, well, you might be able to get the I like how I mentioned my dad and you smile.
Don't tell me anything serious after this.
I know, right? He was like, because of your last name, you could probably get the shot first because they're giving it the minorities first. And I'm like, nah, that's the classic try to kill all the brown people move.
Yeah.
The government. That's the classic. Oh yeah, we'll sacrifice all the brown people and give it to them first, and then they die, and then all the white people are. Yeah, that's the classic. Like, yeah.
Did a white person just tell a bunch of brown people they could get that questionable shot first? That's not nice. That's not nice. Anyone who tells anyone they can go first needs to go first.
Yeah. That's I mean, my dad's brown, so I mean, he's just trying to be like, you could use your ethnic background to get something first, So
I get virus.
To get virus. So I get his thinking. He's trying to like use what you can to get a step ahead. I get it, but I don't think he understands that like that's been going on for the beginning of people. That like, oh, give it to the the people that are the bottom. Well, you know what I mean?
Fuck yeah, like, lab rats, right?
Yeah, like give it to them, and we'll see what happens. So I'm conflicted.
I say take a step back on this deal. Let all the people that want it rush up there and get and do their thing. There's when they're waving a check in my face, then we'll talk. But until then, we're still at the table here and negotiating.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I saw people posting checks and stuff like that on Instagram today and complaining about it. And I'm like, listen, I'm not trying to sound like an asshole or I'm batting for the other team, but I'm not trying to say fucking thank the government and mighty Mr. Orange fucking God. I'm not trying to say that. Just shut up. Be thankful for what you got. Because a lot of people don't even have $6 and you're complaining about having 600.
Right.
Like I just went and took my dog to the vet. Walked out with a $670 bill.
There it is.
You bet your ass I need $600.
Right.
So I would not complain about that. Yes, they could do more, and I would wish they would. But I'm not going to be mad about getting 600. It's fucking fine.
Well, and I kind of feel like it was I'm a conspiracy guy. I kind of feel like it was a setup to begin with. They gave you $1,200 and there was no toilet paper available. You had to, it was $100 a roll at one point. And then all the fucking groceries, everything went up. Dental, all the costs went up. And it was just said COVID at the bottom with a fucking middle finger at the bottom of your bill. And that was it. Right. So that $1,200 immediately went right back into the jacked up economy prices. So that was easy. Yep. So giving me this money, I'm not against it. Great. That's awesome. Fine. Fucking great. Awesome. But you're not really, I mean, you're keeping it even. I mean, I'm looking around, man. Everything went up. So yeah, fucking A. Thanks for evening it out a little bit. I appreciate that because the fucking dental bill was too goddamn expensive. That shit's crazy. And I mean, nobody, no matter where you go, they need more from you now. You know what I mean? Oh, it's not just this. We need this, this, and this. Like, of course, you fuckers are broke. Everybody's trying to make money right now. Everyone's freaking out and trying to grab as much as they can. Like business people who own businesses, if they can jack up their costs, they're gonna and blame it on COVID. They already did it. So that fucking money that you're getting, it's going straight into some bullshit bill you didn't see coming anyway. So
Oh yeah, I mean that's what they do.
fucking just tell, hey, thanks, Gov, appreciate it. I'm back to what I was doing. You know, my dog's okay again. Fucking rock on.
Yeah. I mean that's classic government shit right there. That's classic.
Right, but I mean, bitching about it. What are you talking about? I've been alive 40 years, and the first time I ever heard about getting a fucking check was right before Obama got elected. Good strategy. First time I ever got a fucking check was this summer. Good strategy. Right. And now I'm getting another one. I don't give a fuck who issued it. Thanks. Appreciate you. You kind of fucked me in past years on taxes, so guess we're even. You know, I don't see it as a favor, but I see it kind of more like a morale booster. They're really just worried about the fucking economy. And as soon as they said they were giving a check, all the people in the stock market were like, whoopee! We can trade again. And that's all it is. Just a little fun money to keep the economy going. So.
Oh yeah, that's of course. Of course. And that's fine. I mean, it would help.
Yeah, man, fucking A. And that's, you know how many dealers right now were like, yeah, it's 600 an ounce. I know you got it.
Right, exactly.
Like, yeah, I can front you 2 ounces. Just give me your fucking check when it shows up. No problem. Even the weed prices went up. I'm like, hold up, how much for a half? And they're like, this. And I'm like, and they're like, well, it's really good. I'm like, I've known you for 4 years. You say the same shit, and it's always the same bag of dope. And it ain't really good. It's really okay, but it's getting really fucking expensive. Now, how does a bag of weed have COVID costs? What the fuck are you doing? Wearing rubber gloves when you put the shit in the bag? I need to know.
Yeah, there's like spraying the Purell on every fucking nug, you know.
Oh fuck! No wonder my lungs are killing me.
Yeah. But you got clean lungs, Tony.
Yeah, very, very clean lungs. So clean.
Smoke sanitize, baby.
That's right. Like his lungs are so clean, he's dead.
Oh man. So how are you? What have you been up to? How's your week been?
Honestly, I fighting, you know, just trying to stay sane. A good example, I went to Six Flags this weekend with my parents and Jesse. The four of us went, and it fucking snowed around here, which is a big deal because it doesn't do that. So most people didn't go to Six Flags. It was fucking awesome. You ever hit an amusement park when nobody's there and everything's open? That's your day. That's like going to a ski resort and riding powder and no one else knew about it. It's like going to a concert and getting the front row.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's great. Good. It's like when I was a kid going, or you know, when I was like 20 and going to the skate park. There's no one there. And you're like, oh man, I better take advantage of this before all the fucking people show up. So
right, and nobody showed up because there was snow on the ground, which was awesome. I've never ridden roller coasters with snow on the ground. I mean, it was illuminating from the moonlight. It was awesome as fuck. I don't know if anything funny happened. I mean, it was just a really good fucking time. Like that's how you know. I've been to that park now, seriously, at least 55, like over 50 times. Easy, fucking easy. My entire life, way too many times. But you could tell that I really just wanted to let it out. So my dad and my mom, we all got on a few rides together, and they were walking down the row of rides, and I'm like, who's riding this one? The who's riding Batman? And everyone's like, not me, not me. I was like, I fucking need it. I'll be right back. And then I went and I was like, I need it. That's what I said. I need it. I'll be right back. And so keep in mind, I don't know what it is, but with COVID or face masks or just, you know, the amount of pills everyone's on these days, no one's really loud anymore. No one expresses themselves except with their thumbs. So it's just like me, I let the fucking cat out of the bag. I'm on this ride, Batman, and I'm by myself, and they're breaking you up into rows. And if you're by yourself, you get your own fucking row. And I'm 40 years old, and I'm like, you know, kind of alone these days, if you will. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to be single for a while. This is how it's going to be. So I get on the ride and I'm sitting there. I'm like, buttoning my shit up and everything, getting ready for the ride. And I'm like, fuck, I'm a middle-aged man riding a roller coaster by himself. It's fucking depressing. But I was like, this, I always see that guy, the guy with the fucking white Asics on, you know, they cut grass in and he just got the kid, whatever. He's going to ride today. Fuck him if he's coming by himself. He's going to ride. And that was me. I sat on the outside row, did the fucking, and as soon as we hit the good shit, all the good stuff came out of my mouth. You cock son of fuck, woo, suck a dick, yeah. All that stuff. I had no idea, right? The whole park is like quiet. So I come off the ride and my mom's like, well, we knew you were on the last train. I'm like, how's that? She's like, the whole park heard you. And I was like, fuck you. It was like in A Christmas Story when he fucks up and he's changing the tire out and he's mumbling all those curse words and shit. That was me on the roller coaster. Fudge. Oh, fudge. I didn't say fudge. I said fudge. It was great. I was letting it the fuck out. Just letting it out. I rode more shit the other day than I have in years going there. Just rode everything.
Yeah. So what'd you do after the park? Did you go see a movie by yourself, or go eat dinner by yourself?
I did, but the Blue Dolphin was closed. But that is how I like to watch my porn. I think if I am gonna be alone and old, I am gonna be the guy who goes to wears the jacket, like the long jacket, and goes to the porn theater. Why not?
Oh, yeah, why not?
Hi, my name's Tony. I'm here to fill a role.
You could do that now.
I think I will. You know those trench coats that the pockets go through the coat? You can, you know what I mean? Like, ha! I want that so I can, jerk, in the theater.
Just get like a scissors, and
yeah, that we could do that too. But I need a pocket without a pocket so that I can stain the inside of my coat,
Yeah, I get it. That's cool, man. Man, you go to you ride like roller coasters like every other week or fucking every weekend, man. It's crazy.
You want to know something crazy? Like this weekend, I'm going to Busch Gardens.
I don't know what that is, but I believe it.
It's an amusement park owned by Anheuser-Busch.
Okay. See, I've only been on like small roller coasters at state fairs or county fairs. I was never I don't seek it out,
I fucking seek it out. I love the only reason I'm going for is that feeling from the top of the hill when you're like floating in your seat and you feel weightless, and right before that track comes up and saves your life. That's where I'm the happiest, because I'm falling. It feels amazing, and it might not work out. And every time I'm there, I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. Like, if dying feels that good, I'm fucking into it. Like, just an endless, like, beautiful bliss fall. Just, woo! And then smack! And that's it, baby. I'm good. Just get the snow shovel out, throw me in a bucket, and call it good. We're done. We're fucking done here.
Scoop you out, yeah. Throw you in the back of the truck with the others. Fucking A.
I mean, I was thinking if they just took the harnesses off the rides, that shit would be way better, and the lines would be so much faster. I mean, who the fuck? I mean, just you're really putting your nails like, holy shit, this takes a lot of core strength. Whoa!
You start off with a completely full cart, and you come back, and there's just like you upside down with your feet up, sticking up, and all you hear is, God damn it, it's fucking awesome!
Holy shit. Could you imagine, like, when you came back, people clapped because you survived? Like, would you like to ride again? Yeah.
Man, if that was a real thing, that you wouldn't win anything. All you would win is like a free T-shirt and your picture on the wall, like.
Yeah, but I survived means so much more when other people on the ride died.
Yeah, but it would, but they turn it into like a chicken wing eating contest. Like, oh, he survived. He gets his fucking face on the wall, just like, oh, he's a huge burger. He gets a free T-shirt that doesn't fit him anymore.
Holy shit. That's exactly how that would go. That's funny.
Yeah, I believe it.
Oh, yeah, they'll take all the restraints off the rides when we reach like 50% unemployment. They'll be like, all right, we got to even things out. So let's figure this out. Free season pass for anyone who rides without a restraint.
You would do it too, man. You'd be
I'm into it. I swear to God, I would do it.
be first.
Squeeze something, right? Or just maybe a fist fight. It's just you and someone else and like try to knock each other off the ride.
Oh, on the fucking thing when it's like going.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
this park's in New Jersey. That makes sense, you know? You know what
Oh.
what's nice about my favorite ride at that park is called Nitro. It's a big fucking beautiful hill coaster. And you just have a little restraint that comes over your lap and you just feel like you're flying all over the place. But they get these people who work the ride so revved up that they push that fucking restraint, like push it. It's New Jersey. They're already upset. So they're like, and so like a few times I've been popped in the balls. There's nothing more entertaining for everyone else other than you than getting slammed in the testicles and then doing a 300-foot drop on a roller coaster right after that. Fucking awesome. And then Six Flags always sends me a survey afterwards. How was your experience? I'll let you know after my fucking balls drop again. Thank you very much. Ass bag.
My stomach's been hurting for like 2 hours. So
Right?
other than that,
Like I pregoed my ego, asshole.
right? Yeah, my balls are in my throat. So other than that,
Ah!
yeah, man.
Cock smokers.
Typical cock smokers. Did I talk about me getting a COVID test and quarantining myself last week?
So where we knew by the end of the show that you were quarantining because you're gonna go see your brother.
Yes. Okay. I couldn't remember if I talked about it or not. Even after watching the episode, he's fucking goes away. Information comes out and goes away immediately.
Wait a minute, you watched the episode? The fuck are you doing?
I don't know. I don't do it because I like our show. I do it because I'm trying to be a good partner.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh God. So I got a COVID test. Then I quarantined myself for 4 days because I was gonna go see my brother, and he has cancer, and I didn't want to get him sick. So him and his wife. And so I did that, got the test. Everything's fine. Quarantine. It was fucking. I wasn't doing this for myself or even the people I live with. So I was really just doing it for him and his wife. And so, I was wearing a mask in my own house when I had to go use the restroom or get a glass of water. I had rubber gloves on. I would go fucking if I wanted to do something. Like Callie and I would watch TV together, but I had put a chair in the hallway and she was on the couch and we were both wearing masks. I know.
That's awesome though, man. It's a fucking memory and a half.
I know it sounds silly, but it's just it was all for someone else. It has nothing to do with me.
Selfless as hell.
It was just trying to make him and and her, my sister-in-law, just feel comfortable, peace of mind that did that. So I went there. I was supposed to be there. I was supposed to go for 3 nights, but I ended up coming back early because I felt like I had a sinus headache, and it was kind of blow my nose. So I was and if he were to get the cold, he would be okay more than likely. It would just affect his future treatments that he's supposed to have, because you can't be sick of any kind if you're trying to do chemo or surgery or anything like that.
Right.
So he would push those things back, and that wouldn't be good for him. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna bounce out early. I don't want to fuck your shit up. So I ended up leaving, but it was a cool visit. It was they're very different people than I am. They're really nice. They're very nice people. They're just contemporary. They're nice people. They would go to church when you could gather, in groups and stuff. And they're just sweet, nice people. And I love them very much. We're very different. I say fuck all the time. I drink on
He
the
does.
on Zoom calls with my friends. You know, like you know, I've rated R action figures. You know, I'm a fucking monster, and they're great fucking people. And when I mean we're different, I mean they're awesome and got their shit together, and they're real human beings, and I'm just a fucking maniac.
So you left early because they make you feel bad?
Yeah, that's right.
I don't fucking belong here. I don't need to be alive. I should leave Earth right now. I get around people like that, and you just feel like a sinner. You know, you're like, I really am a piece of shit. Like,
No, I feel completely comfortable around them. They're just because they're so welcoming and like they just like took
Yeah.
me in, and they're super nice. And I just had a headache, didn't want to get them sick. But yeah, they're great people, and I love them both so very much. But they're just no diss on them. They're great. It's more of this on me. They're awesome, and I'm just like a fucking 33-year-old maniac that needs to get his life together. And
at least you're not 40.
right.
That's the only difference we have. So I tell you it gets better, but I don't know, man. You have to try and stuff, and I'm not into that.
I ain't trying. It was cool. My brother, he had because we were talking about music and vinyl and stuff, and he has a bunch of vinyl. Well, he probably had like a stack like this big, and that's
Nice.
they're thin, so that's probably like 50
Yeah.
records or some shit, let's stack that big. And he was like, I don't have a record player, and I haven't listened to these in years. They all been in the closet just collecting dust. He's like, I haven't listened to these in 10 or more years. So he was like, you could have them, you can have whatever you want. And I felt bad, I didn't want to take them all. So I did take some. I took he had a bunch of old rock and roll, he had 10 AC/DC albums.
Oh,
So I took 4 of those. I took 2 Led Zeppelin albums, 2 Van Halen albums, Styx,
nice.
Asia. I don't know. I never really listened to Asia, so it was just like I took it. Judas Priest. I can't remember some other ones. And he bought all of those when they first came out.
Those
So
are original pressings, right?
Yeah, not they're he didn't buy them like a year ago. They came out like when the album came out.
Right.
So it's pretty stoked about that. But yeah, all I gotta say about them is they're awesome people, and if you ever get a chance, go stay with my brother. It's cool.
Will do. Hi, I'm here for the rest of your records. Just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm an asshole.
If you guys listen to this, I'm talking to my brother and his wife. If you guys listen to this, just know I think you guys are cool as shit, and you're awesome. So, cheers.
To that point, yesterday, I always dig this. When it comes to Christmas and Christmas shopping, when it comes down to the last couple of days, that's when everybody figures out what the fuck they want. At least me, people in my family. It's not until the last minute when you can't fucking find whatever the hell you say you want. That's when you're like, oh, this is what I really fucking want. So my old man did that the other day. He was hanging out here. We're drinking a little bit, and he's a huge fucking Steely Dan fan, which means I know Steely Dan. Jesse knows Steely Dan. This is how it works. So he's like, he's talking, and he's like, yeah, man. He's like, this album, Pretzel Logic, I was listening to it on my phone, and I'm like, cool, man. You figured out how to listen to music on your phone. High five. He's like, yeah, I love that album. I'm like, you don't have that record? Like, he has this. I always thought he had a huge vinyl collection when I was little, and now, I mean, my shit is, anyway, I bought way more records because I'm an idiot. He has money. I have records. In any case, he couldn't find. He wanted Steely Dan's Pretzel Logic. So if anyone out there knows what the fuck I'm talking about, one of their best records. In any case, couldn't find it. He's like, yeah, that's what I really want. And my mom's like, she told me, she's like, I can't find it anywhere. I've been looking, and I'm like, oh, all right. So I immediately looked everywhere that I thought to look. And
Right.
there's something interesting about me, at least I feel, is that I don't want technology to ruin all my surprises. What I mean by that is I could easily call up a record store and say, "Do you have this?" And they could tell me no or yes. And then I'm on my mission or not. I kind of like not knowing. So I looked around the area, couldn't find anyone who had it. And there was one spot that might have it. It was about 20 miles from here. So I told, and Jesse's been around the whole time. We're trying not to kill each other. We're doing pretty good. But in any case, they just told us we got to stay the fuck at home now. So we have even less to do. And we're still doing
Right.
good. Me and a 15-year-old haven't killed her yet. She hasn't killed me. We're doing great. So in any case, just so you know, she's alive. She's right over there. So she's like, I don't want to go to the record store with you because I'm not a fucking old idiot. I just want to hang out with my friends. I'm like, absolutely. She's like, I'll call the record store for you. I'm like, no fucking way. She's like, why? I was like, I don't want to know if they have it. I just want to go and just see what happens.
Right.
And maybe that's why I love record stores. It's not knowing what they're going to have. I don't want to know. I want to show up and just bing and let it happen. Right.
Yeah.
And it's fun that way for me. It just is. It's one of those few things that you can't, I don't want it to be ruined. I want to go in there because for me, maybe you probably have a take on this as well, but we've been to record stores together. So, it's like I get excited and I just get in that zen and just start. I love it. I love flipping through shit. And so sure as shit, I go in the store and this one actually, it's in the mall. It's got a lot of, it's expensive. Sometimes they way overcharge on shit, but they have a lot. So I was going through and I did find it. I'm going to tell you right now, I found that fucking record, but that wasn't
Nice.
the point.
Yeah.
The point was they had this sign up that says, buy 2, get 1 free, $5 records. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. I don't usually go to the flip through bins. I usually just, I'm an idiot. I buy $30 records of usually of shit that hasn't been pressed yet. So I collect a lot of new stuff. If it's old, I don't give a fuck if it wobble. I don't care if it wobbles or not, if it's all worn out. If it plays the music, I could give a shit. So I found that record and then I'm flipping through the records and I've been listening to a lot of Neil Young lately. Just it's where I'm at. And I'm flipping through and they got Neil Young's Decade where he basically his greatest fucking hits. It's on 3 records. That was $18. I was like, done. So they got that under my shoulder. That's 2. Then I go over to the record, the little $5 record bin. And this is what I realized. If flipping through records was sex, then I'm damn near a virgin. I can't go more than like 2-3 rows of records without tapping the fuck out.
How come? Is that just like a
I don't know. It's like I don't know how people do it. Like there's like 20 rows of records to flip through. And I'm going through and I found another Neil Young, actually one of the albums I've really been crazy about lately. The whole fucking thing's there. I was like, there's one. I'm going through, but you see a lot of repeats. That's how that bin works, You're like another Peter Frampton, yeah. But then once in a while there's a gem, So by the end of it, I had a fucking Johnny Cash, Chicago's Greatest Hits, Neil, all this shit that my dad probably sold or somebody's dad sold, threw it in the fucking dumpster. Here I am paying $10 for, and I'm just happy as a pig in shit. And I'm going through, and I'm literally like, and this guy's coming near me this way, and I'm getting closer to him because you're working through the records that way, and then he's getting ready to go around me, and I just say, "That's it, I'm done, I quit." He looks at me, he's like, "So what are you talking about?" I was like, "I don't know how you can look through 20 records of this shit, but I'm gonna throw up if I look at another record." That's when I realized there's a point to my story. That's when I realized I cannot work at a record store. I can't. I couldn't do it. No fucking way.
Like that'd be perfect for you.
It should be perfect for me. It would ruin everything I like about music if I worked in a fucking record store. And I realized it right then, right there. Maybe one day a week, but even a year later, I would hate record stores. I would hate the people that shop there. I would hate everything because that's who I am. And I don't want to ruin that. So I immediately figured that out. I was like, I walked over to him. I had my 5 records. I'm like, here you go. He's like, "Are you the one that said you're done?" I was like, "Yeah." I said, "I'm done today." I said, "I always leave myself a reason to come back." So my point to all this is I'm never going to work in a record store because I love it way too fucking much. and I don't ever want to ruin it by knowing what they have in stock. To me, a record store is one of the few places you can go and be surprised, and you don't know what you're going to leave with. Like, that's the whole point. It's exciting. It kind of matches your mood. You're like, I've been looking for a Slayer record, but I'm not in the mood for Slayer. And then you find like Neil Young, and you're like, that's where I'm at today. And you go home and
Right.
spin fucking Neil Young with no intentions of getting Neil Young. You know, to me, it just keeps a little piece of life fresh.
That's
So
poetic, Tony.
record stores are it, and you won't see me working in one. I can't fucking do it.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, because when I think about you, especially like 10 years ago, you like, which is basically you now, is um I could totally see you like wearing like like one of the whatever those fucking hoodies pullovers that we used to wear. You know, the typical fucking pothead poncho looking with the, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
What are those
you're talking about the surfer ponchos, right?
Yeah, those fucking
Yeah.
things. You know, fucking all glossy eyed, running around with angel food cake and wearing a fucking one of those things. You know, totally. And you fucking having a lava lamp in your pocket for whatever reason. You totally be working at a goddamn record store. Yeah, totally. You have a fucking tapestry behind you. Look at you. You fucking belong in a record store all the time. But I can understand why you wouldn't want to, because it would ruin it for you. So,
Right.
I get that.
What's that fucking that silly movie with John Cusack in it where he works in a record store?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Everyone watching this is like, oh, they probably know it, and I don't. God damn it. I just watched the damn thing. Jack Black's in it. They all work in a record store, and they're like pretentious as hell. You know, they're snobby as shit about their music. God damn it. He talks about all his ex-girlfriends. It's kind of annoying because I don't like John Cusack very much, but I don't know. He's like me. He talks too much. But in any case, I was watching that shit. And here's the funny part. I really wish I could tell you the name of the damn movie. Should I cheat?
Did he wear?
Take too long.
Did he wear a trench coat in that movie?
Yeah, I think maybe. The fuck is
like
it called?
For some reason, like I'm picturing young John Cusack wearing a trench coat, sometimes walking in a park with some fucking.
Yeah, he talks to all his ex-girlfriends about why they didn't work out and has a grand epiphany. But it's kind of like,
yeah, I could vaguely see that in my
God
fucking
damn it.
head.
Hang on a second. I'm going to cheat.
Just,
John Cusack movie where he works in a record store. What is it?
Oh, you're asking a Siri?
No, Google.
Oh.
High Fidelity. Should have known that.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen that.
So I'm watching that movie, and I'm the guy. This is exactly how I built my record collection. There's a part in the movie where he's like, all right, everybody pay attention. I'm going to put this record on and sell 3 copies. And he plays the record. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, if I was in that movie, I would be one of the assholes going up buying a copy of that record just based upon what he played over there. I was like, this guy's got my fucking number. I'm still looking for that record in the record store. I'm like, you guys have this? And he's like, and the guy's like, would you watch fucking High Fidelity last night? I'm like, yeah. He's like, right? He's like, no, we don't have that. I'm like, fuck. It's really fucking cool. The Alpha, something. I don't know if you ever heard of these guys. They got some trippy, cool fucking jams, man.
The Alpha?
Hang on, I have them right here. God damn it. Yeah, the Beta Band, Alpha, Beta, whatever. The Beta Band.
The Beta Band. No, I've never.
Yeah, Dry the Rain is their hit, and that's what they play in the movie High Fidelity. But if you let it rip, it's not bad. So I'm that asshole. No matter how old I am, you see that, you know, that movie with that guy. I mean, I was that jerk off. I was that jerk off until this came around, and then I'm like, all right, hang on a second. You have this? You have this?
Right.
Yeah, that's how I was. But yeah, in any case, yeah, fucking that movie. It shows. That's what, between that movie and being in record stores, I don't think I would like it. I think I get tired of it.
Yeah, think so.
Yeah, people get tired of anything, but if someone ruins your shit,
I was just gonna say that. Like, I mean, I used to love cooking, and then I did it too much, and I fucking hate it. Like, people always want me to cook at home, or people ask it, oh, you cook a lot. What's your favorite thing to cook? And I'm like, whatever is on the ticket is my favorite thing to cook. And I'm not trying to be a dick. That's just what I say. I'm like, because that's the truth. I'm like, I'm not trying to be a dick here, but whatever comes up on the ticket, cha-ching, 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 whatever that is, I like cooking it because I have to.
Dude, that's a resume. That's a resume. That you do that shit when you're getting a job. I'm like,
Yeah.
Alex, what's your favorite thing to cook? Whatever you tell me to cook. Hired.
Whatever the asshole with the fucking big hat and the poofy checkered pants, whatever he says cook, yeah, that's my favorite thing.
What's your favorite thing to cook? Ask my boss. That's it.
Like I was talking to someone once, and they were like, they asked me that, what is your favorite thing to cook? And I was just like, I gave them the whole spiel, like, oh, whatever's on the ticket. And they're like, well, you don't have like a favorite thing? I'm like, nah, I don't. It's a job. I don't really. It's not like my passion. It's my art. That's not my thing anymore. And they're like, really, nothing? And I'm like, okay. What do you do for a living? And they're like, oh, I'm in construction. And I'm like, all right. What is your favorite nail?
End of that discussion.
Yeah, like, again, I'm not trying to be a dick. It's just that's like,
right. Well,
I
it's
don't
like
know.
People ask me, they're like, what's the best phone? What? And I tell them, be like, I don't know. Google this shit before you call in, man. I don't know what you do, what kind of porn you film. I have no idea. Do you need 3 cameras or 7? I don't fucking know. Like, I take orders. I don't give them. So what the fuck do you want? Like,
right.
What's the most expensive phone you have? Never mind. I just sold you one. There you go. $1,500. Merry fucking Christmas. Next. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter. You do this shit for, or like, what's your favorite phone? My favorite phone? What are you talking about? The one I don't have to pay for. That's my favorite phone. But we don't sell those, so I don't give a shit. What do you want? Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, that's kind of it's a stupid question, because there is not the best phone. There's not. It's all
relative. It's relative to your experience.
Yeah.
Don't ask me, Tony, what kind of sneakers should I buy? I don't fucking know. Do you even wear sneakers? Maybe you wear high heels. What the fuck? I don't ask anyone else what I should buy. People are like, why are your sneakers red? Because fuck you. That's why. Oh, okay. That's it. I don't give a rat's ass what anybody. I still dress like a fucking teenager because those clothes still fit. So I don't give a shit. My pants still fit from when I was 18, brother. I ain't changing my outfit to impress who? The only thing I need to look good for is my coffin, and coffins don't criticize. So I don't give a fuck.
They might. How long have you spent in a coffin? You don't know that. You don't know that.
If a coffin spits me out or drops me out of the bottom, then I'll be damned.
Spits you. Oh, I don't like that one.
Dresses properly. This guy dresses like shit. I'm not gonna bury this prick.
Yeah, tastes like weed and lava lamps. Ugh.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man. It's fucking. Hey man, it's about time to talk about the album, huh?
Okay.
All right, so I'll do what Tony does sometimes and pull up the record. I got it on cassette. Yeah, what's up? You thought there was going to be a record? Nope. Tape. Father John. Nixon.
You fucking asshole.
Look at that. Sons of bitches.
Oh shit, that's funny.
Yeah, I got it on tape, and I got this. I don't know when I got it, or why I got it, or when I got, or what happened, but yeah, isn't that funny?
Is that blue tape?
Yeah.
What?
Very rare. Very
Yeah.
rare blue plastic.
That's blue
You can only
plastic.
find this in the part of the Amazon. It's a very rare, very rare.
Holy shit.
Pure Comedy, name of the album, Father John Misty. I love Father John Misty. Not the usual music I listen to, but I love Father John Misty, and I love this album. It's a really sad album. Like, did you get that by listening to it?
Yeah, the majority of the time I was sad while I listened to the album. So it really.
And
Yeah.
you know what? That's perfect. That's why it's called Pure Comedy.
I know. Fuck.
I mean, that's why it's named that, right? It's got to be. It's cool. He's really good with songwriting. He's a great lyricist, and so am I, as you could tell. But yeah, he's great at songwriting. He's great at putting words together. He's fucking awesome. I think he would, if we weren't living in the times that we are, like in this modern era, if he was around when like Neil Young and Billy Joel and like Elton John and stuff like that, the Doors, people like that, like I think he would be in that level, like respected like that, like Paul McCartney and Wings, and he'd be respected like that because he's that good to me. When I listen to him, I think that's what I think. I'm like, he's up there with them. But we're in the fucking, I don't know, Drake and Lady Gaga era, so things are fucking different. But
yeah, that's not working either.
So he's great, man. The album, he had a line, I don't know what song it is, but he had a line it just made me laugh. He had a line that said, he's like, what'd he say? The only thing I've been consuming is water and cake. And when he said that, I just started laughing because I think it was a song about being starving artist, so to speak, like
Right.
You know, wanting more. And the only thing he's been consuming was water and cake. So I think what that means is nothing and shit that's really bad for you. But what'd you get out of the album?
All right, so you kind of basically what you said. I haven't wrote it down. It really, really, honestly, with the piano, I swear to God, I thought I was listening to Elton John. Like that's exactly. If those aren't his influences, then I'm an idiot because that's exactly what it reminds me of. But it's got a lot of new flavor. His lyrics. Let me be completely honest. This isn't for me. This isn't something that I'm gonna. If I was in a car on a long fucking drive, I would listen to this. Give you time, especially with someone like you, where we could talk about it. Like, there's a lot in there. There's a lot in there. The guy's really fucking. He's pretty sharp with his words. His words keep me listening, but the rhythm made me want to stop the music. It was just too fucking slow.
Too slow.
Not just because of like my day. It wasn't because I just haven't been in a mood like that in a while where I'm like, I could listen to that and not like just, cry my eyes or whatever. I don't know. It kind of, but it's good, but it can bum you the fuck out. And it's like an hour and 10 minutes long. And one of his songs is 10 minutes long. It's like a jam, but they don't jam. It's just him. Like, I have more to say. I'm kind of like, fuck, like this is good, but fuck. There's not a lot of like, it's him and the piano. Like, that's it. It's really his words backed up with music. But he doesn't even have a lot of chorus or anything. He just keeps going. And it's like, holy shit. Like, this guy's like reading a book while he's singing a song. So yeah, it's good, but it's really not, I'll be honest, it's not like up my, I dig it. I respect the hell out of it. But even when I saw it live, I was like, I'm not doing this. Like, this ain't.
Oh, wait, so you mean him as a whole, not just this album?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I've heard his other stuff too. I've seen him live. It just doesn't, I love his lyrics. I mean it. Like, I'm like, holy shit, that's so clever. Like, God damn it. But then it's like the music, it's like, hey, do you want to stand here for an hour and a half and listen to this? It's like, Nah, I'm good. Because, well, he doesn't
Yeah.
have a chorus either. Like, I didn't notice a chorus in anything to like sing along to it. It's not like that. He's like,
No,
I'm pouring my shit out, and this is it. As
it,
long as it takes in this song, I'm gonna do it.
he
And it's
doesn't really have backup singing. There's no one singing. It's just him singing by himself. Like
right. I mean,
it's like
some of it reminded me of Leonard Cohen, but I mean, he has
okay,
background. But I mean, the lyrics kind of reminded me of Leonard Cohen, like dark in some ways, which I really liked. Wasn't no Billy Joel. Wasn't Billy Joel esque shit. Darker but better, in my
yeah.
opinion.
That's a like it reminds me of the Doors sometimes.
That's
His
fair.
live stuff. His live stuff, him seeing him live reminded me of the Doors, but like one way that reminds me of the Doors is correct me if I'm wrong, but they didn't really have any back there was no one backup singing. It was just
No.
Jim Morrison like fucking
Right.
howling
Yeah. Right.
drug induced drunk werewolf, like
Your dick's
so
out.
um but yeah, I mean, I get that makes a lot of sense, especially this record is just so it's really sad. It's like it's a lot of thinking and like contemplating everything. Like there's the song um leaving LA, and he's just talking
Yeah.
about like then why did he come here, all this shit, and like how like like he says something to the effect of he hates it when people call him like by the made up name, which I think he's referring to Father John Misty, because his name's Jacob Tillman. Is that's his real name. And he released solo stuff as Jacob Tillman before Father John Misty, and or before and with when he was with Fleet Foxes. And did you know that he was in Fleet Foxes?
No, I feel like a fucking idiot.
You didn't know? Yeah,
Wait,
he
is
was he was
what?
the singer and drummer. He played drums and sang.
Oh my god, that's what I was trying to figure out. Like, yeah, but I like the Fleet Foxes more.
Yeah, that's cool.
No. I mean that. Like, I was a big fucking. For some reason, there was like 2 albums they did back to back that I just all over it. I listened to 1,000 times. So that's it. That's really funny because you say that. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I tried to get into the Fleet Foxes, and they were just it was too it was like what you're saying. It was just too mellow for me. It was too, And then for something about Father John Misty, I don't know, as much drugs as he does, how wild and this weird his lyrics are, it drew me into it. And seeing him, I kind of have like a weird Father John Misty story, and kind of starts with I found out about him through that big hippie that we know in Bend. He told me about him, and he probably I don't know if he told you about him
Oh
at the
yeah,
same time.
that's how I saw him. Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm making this up or not, but I remember him or someone, maybe not him, but maybe it was someone else, telling me this wild story about how he quit the Fleet Foxes and became Father John Misty. He's like he took a bunch of drugs, did a bunch of acid and peyote, and walked from Seattle, Washington to LA, like walked and hitchhiked and swam with dolphins and shit. That's just the story I heard. I don't know if any of that's true. I bet you the dolphin part is not. And like just like walked away from all of his possessions and people and just like hitchhiked from like Washington to LA. That's what I was told. Don't know if that's fucking true. Just a thing I heard.
Sounds cool.
Sounds if that's a lie, then that's cool on it in and of itself. But I saw him at Sasquatch Music Festival. I don't know if that's where you saw him. That's where I saw him.
That's where I saw him.
And did we see him together?
No idea.
It'd be weird if he played that many times that close together at Sasquatch.
He played 2015.
I don't know. I think the year I saw him, I was with, I don't know. Either way, this is what I remember seeing is him playing, and he when watching him, he looked like he was not having a good time. Like the audience looked like they were having a good time, like at first, and then he looked very sarcastic and just kind of looked like he didn't want to be there. Like he did this one thing when he was singing, the band was playing, and he was just like mocking himself and mocking the audience.
Right.
And he goes, "Stop, stop, stop, stop." And he told his band to stop. He's like, "Everyone stop. Look at those mountains. Look at those mountains. They're beautiful. Oh, beer, nuts, pretzels? Fucking A, fuck those mountains. Everyone start playing." And then he just made everyone, I don't know what that was, but that's what he did. And then he was like flipping the audience off and stuff and then laughing. And he like sat down in the middle of them playing and like crisscross, sitting down on his butt. And he was just like singing and looking like he wasn't having a good time. And he's just like singing and doing this. And people were leaving and I was laughing my ass off. As people were leaving, I was getting closer and closer to the front. And I was just fucking laughing. I was dying laughing. I was like, this guy is awesome. He's fucking hilarious. I got it. I was like, I know what he's doing.
Right.
He's being a prick because he thinks he's being funny.
Right.
I love that shit. Like,
right. But
sometimes when no one gets it and you're just being a dickhead because you're being funny, you're nailing it. Mwah. Like, that's perfect. And he was doing like a meet and greet thing an hour after a set. He was doing like a meet and greet thing down by like the main stage. So I went and surprise, surprise, I think he scared everyone away. I was the only person there. But it was cool
everybody off. And he's from Washington. That's crazy.
Yeah.
There's people.
But it was cool because like your roller coaster, I got to hang out with him for like an hour by myself. There was no one there, no one else to talk to. So him and I just fucking talked.
That's
awesome. It was cool. I was like, man, I loved your performance tonight. That was fucking awesome. It was funny. I was fucking totally with all of it. And he was like, really? He's like, man, I just felt off. I ate like too many pot brownies before I went on stage. He's like, I just had an off night. And I'm like, whatever that was, I loved it.
Right. But then he realized you're the only one in line.
Yeah.
So that like, one guy got it.
There's something wrong with this guy. There's something wrong with him.
I'm stuck talking to him for a fucking hour.
Yeah. Well, it was one of those things where like, I didn't feel like I was keeping him, and it didn't look like he was trying to run away. It got to the point where it's like, hey, I gotta go. My hour's up. He's like, I'm only booth for an hour. I gotta go. I'm like, all right, man. Fucking hey, later. And that was it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe I was just a fucking freak keeping him there. I don't know. But we had cool conversations. Like we were talking about DMT and acid and stuff, and like he was talking about how much he likes to do acid and like and be in the Northwest and shit like that. And he was like, I know I was being sarcastic about the mountains and being in this canyon, but it's fucking beautiful here. And
oh yeah.
And we were talking about DMT and shit. It was rad. It was a cool thing for me. Like that's why it was like your roller coaster shit. I was like, man, there's no one here. I get to fucking soak up all this shit. So
well, that's not as bad as the story. I still feel bad about this. I think I told you that I went and saw Hannibal Buress at Sasquatch.
Yeah. And, you tell me about that, but yeah, that's cool.
So I was up close, and I had it all planned out. Sometimes at festivals I go off by myself because people don't want to see what I see, so that I go watch what I want to watch. And I'm also an adult, so I made lunch. I had my lunch with me. Now, mind you, I'm twisted on drugs, but I had a lunch. So in any case, I go to see Hannibal Buress. That's a big deal to me for some reason. I really want to see this guy. So I get up there, get right up on the wall, up close, and I'm watching his act, and he's doing his thing. And I'm like, pull my fucking. They had the stage, the railing. So I pulled my sandwich out, put my sandwich up there, got my chips out, I got my juice, and I had it all sitting up there. I think I had grapes. you know, packed a good lunch, put my grapes there. And keep in mind, I brought all this shit with me to a festival. So like I woke up that morning and made my lunch. So I'm sitting there and Hannibal's up there on stage and he's looking at, doing his shit or whatever. You know, he's doing his thing. And I'm like kind of listening to him and I'm eating, you know, I'm like, He looks down, he's like, that motherfucker's eating a sandwich. And I was just like, He's like, what the fuck is going on? And he's like talking to me, but not talking to me, you know? And I wasn't really trying to answer him either. He's like, I found the one person that isn't on drugs. It's that guy. And I was like, no, I'm on drugs. And everyone's like, ah! So at the end of his set, for some reason, he hired ballerina dancers and they're dancing around or whatever. But whatever I was on, like it really kicked in. It was like 4 or 5 in the evening. So I guess I did something early, but I like to be fucked up at night so no one can see my eyes, like bing. In any case, I didn't know what was going on, but a friend of ours found me walking around following Hannibal Buress. Like,
oh no.
Probably for a half hour. Like I didn't even know I was following him. I was just following. I didn't fucking think about it. I was like, that's Hannibal Buress. This guy was fucking awesome. But I kind of got into that mode where I need to talk to this guy, you know, but I can't talk to this guy because I'm fucking. So I just followed him. And he has this blonde fucking hot ass girlfriend with him. They're walking around and I'm so close. I can hear them talk. And she's like, I think this guy's fucking following us. And I'm
no.
Like, I was like, I'm not trying to. It's like, I'm just freaking out. And he's like, and Hannibal turns around and I'm just like, I'm sorry, man. And I just walked away. He's just kind of like, what the fuck is going on?
You're like the most nervous creep in the world. Like, oh, I'm sorry.
Just walked away. I went and sat by a tree for like an hour. I don't know who was playing. Somebody found me and I was like, oh, hey, what's up? But I just remember seeing him later. Like I was getting fish and chips or something. And he's like, he walks up and he's like, oh shit, it's that guy. And I look and I just see the back of his head and his lady. Like I heard it. And then I saw them walking away. I was like, oh, I fucking ruined it for him. Every time he sees this guy, sees me this weekend, he's going to trip out, you know? That's
man. He thought you were a fucking creep.
I mean, I felt like if I had an extra sandwich and I like offered it to him, like we would have been friends, but that's how fucked up I was at that point. I was like, if I just had another sandwich, I would know what to say. I'd be like, here you go, man. Here's a fucking sandwich. You looked hungry up there. But I didn't have a sandwich, so I didn't have anything to say to him.
Would have been so creepy if I had another sandwich.
Oh shit. Yeah. So I don't think you freaked out Father John Misty too much.
I mean, comparatively, probably not. Like how you meant no harm, but you looked like a real creep.
Oh, I creep myself out thinking about it. I'm like, oh, fuck. How did I do that?
It's all right, man. We've all followed people in dark, lonely alleyways in a park. It's cool.
Not true.
That was that worked out perfect.
All right. So are we ready for this week's album?
I don't know.
It's cool, man.
Sorry, man. And it's
all right. Let me grab it. It might help. All right. So I am not a festive man. I'm really not. But when I was a kid, there was one fucking Christmas record that did it for me. And I do not really dig Christmas music. Everyone knows the fucking songs. They know they're ridiculous. But my dad, who made it through the 70s, found something really fucking cool, in my opinion. It's, I guess you got to call it like disco funk Christmas music. So this week.
What is that?
It's the Sal Soul Orchestra.
Sal Soul.
This is definitely made on 100% cocaine. See that dress? That's actually cocaine. You can sniff her dress and get high. I've done it.
Yeah.
It's really good.
What is it? The Sal?
The Sal Soul. like kind of like Salt. I mean, I was like trying to figure it out where they got. But anyway, Sal Soul Orchestra, and the name. Honestly, if you look them up on social, your fucking music apps, this is their main album. It's called Christmas Jollies. Since it's Christmas this week, I figured would it be cool if you fuckers had something to listen to that you don't always listen to. So enjoy. It's actually kind of a disco record. It's fun, but it's all the same shit, Sleigh Ride, Silent Night, but with cocaine and hookers. It's great. So you're gonna like it. Good stuff.
Fucking A.
With all that being said, I personally would like to thank those of you who returned watching our show. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Goddamn-lutely.
That means summer's over and you're freezing your ass off and you were told to sit inside. So I'm glad we give you something to do. I totally appreciate that. Also, happy fucking Christmas.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Happy Christmas and any other holiday.
Happy
whatever.
Easter while we're at it. Who gives a shit? There you go. You got 2 for 1.
Merry Secretary's Day. Whatever. It's all good.
Whatever day it is, have a happy one. Okay? All right. We'll talk to you after Alex gets all his presents. All right. Like, follow, subscribe, worship. You know the deal.
You know what to do.
So do it if you want.
Or don't.
All right. Cool. Well, are we good? Let's make it awkward.
I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah. All right. So everybody have a great fucking holiday, and we'll see you because we have another one next week where everyone does drugs and throws up on each other. So we'll talk about that next week.
Fucking A.
All right. Bye.
Bye.